I'll be back for you, cop. You hear me? We ain't finished yet. I'll be back for you, cop. You hear me? We ain't finished yet.
So, I guess nobody told you, Vic, but I'm on leave today. There's a family wedding.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I think you forgot your tux.
Well, no, you don't understand. You see, the ceremony doesn't start until this afternoon.
Good, then I think you do have time for a little business.
Oh, I love police work. A guy tries to take a day off, one lousy day.
I know. What can I tell you? The city never sleeps. When did your brother blow into town anyway?
This is about Rick?
It's more about one of his friends, Johnny Navarro.
Everybody's favorite fence?
Surveillance reported that he got a call from one Ricardo Castillo last night. They made a meet for today at this address. I could have put someone else on it, but I thought maybe you'd want to give your brother a word to the wise.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate this.
Well, he's been out of the country. Maybe he doesn't know that his old buddy makes a career out of pushing stolen goods, but he ought to find out real fast.
On the other hand, maybe he does know and he doesn't give a damn. I'll look into it and I'll get back to you. I really appreciate you throwing this my way.
Oh, it's no problem. Now, just let your brother know that Navarro is definitely under investigation. Which means, you know, he's not the kind of guy you want to buddy up to at the moment.
Give you a call.
Sure.
What do you feed her? She must have grown an inch since last week.
I told you she's happy to be home. Hi, honey, what's that?
Oh, this is something Victor just stopped by and gave me. It's the address of a meeting today between the most notorious fence in Santa Barbara and guess who? Now, why do you suppose it is that Ricardo has been in town a day and already he's a statistic with my department?
Unless you're coming to give me clean towels, you're in the wrong room, pal.
Ricky, relax. Don't you know an old friend when you see one?
You're 6 hours too early, old friend.
Well, I couldn't wait to talk over old times, I guess.
Yeah, right. What you couldn't wait for is to see if I really got what I said I got. Here it is. Johnny, just waiting for the bidding to begin.
Oh! What?
Oh, Mason.
That is painful.
Oh,
That is really, really painful.
well, it hurts when you come through a window like that.
I was hoping to surprise you.
You did. How about your key? You have one to the front door. That would have been novel.
I was trying for a little gallantry, Julia. A little daring do. One day Samantha's gonna ask me about the wedding, and I want to be able to say, well, I started the day off by stealing through your mother's window with wildflowers that I hand-picked at dawn.
Dawn. Seems so bright out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I set the alarm for 5:30, and I guess I shut it off without knowing.
Oh, honey, I love those wildflowers. Really, I do. They're beautiful. Where did you get them? They're just beautiful.
Montecito floral design. You see, by the time I got up, there wasn't really time to go out and pick my own, so they're sort of domestic wildflowers, actually. I guess as mad, impetuous gestures go, mine has gotten off to sort of a shaky start, hasn't it?
Well, maybe we'll be able to figure something out. I mean, we can be impetuous if we put our heads together. Right?
Sure.
The face of a willing volunteer.
Oh, yeah? When am I signing up for?
You get in the car with me, we drive to the chapel. You help me get all the flowers unloaded and all set up, about 5 or 6 tons of them.
I'm sorry. I'm very wealthy, and I'm possibly spoiled.
And I'm your mother. Get cracking.
Right.
Hi.
Hi. How's the father of the groom?
Hey, proud and happy. How else could I be?
A happy day.
Huh? Long time in coming. Apart from that, I feel terrific.
You know, when you think about what they've had to endure to be together, it's staggering and it's also a little humbling.
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, when there are two people that you know and love, like we know and love them, fighting to get back on the right track with each other, well, you just might learn a lesson from that.
Like what?
Perseverance.
My goodness. Second thoughts? You're usually not big in those things.
No point in second thoughts. We did what we had to do, and
It's done, Sophia.
yes, it's done.
Hey, Mom, are you ready?
I thought I was.
I'm sorry. Did I interrupt something?
No, we've got a lot of work to do. Car's right out front. I'll see you at the chapel. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, you've left me breathless before, but this is ridiculous. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I'm a little winded myself. Why do you suppose that is?
I think we're hyperventilating.
No.
Yes.
Why?
You know, rum is so much better when it's on the rocks.
Now that is what I call ice. Let's get a little light on these babies.
No, not with this hangover.
Oh, headache?
Yeah, killer.
You should take something for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How about 150 grand?
Well, it's all right there, my man, in nice small bills.
Well, why don't we check it out and make sure? Mm-hmm.
Who's the lady?
That's the lady I knew. Here you go, muchacho. To your health.
If you ever get another shipment like this, you let me be the first to know, okay?
No, this is the grand finale. No more shipments from now on.
How come?
Oh, I just thought I'd try making an honest living for a change.
You?
Yeah. A man should try everything once.
Mijo, isn't it possible that Ricardo could have called Johnny Navarro just to say hello? I mean, they haven't seen each other in a long time, and it's only natural that
It may
they
be
would...
natural for some people, Mama, but let's be honest. Ricardo never had those kind of friends. He hung out with guys who were good for protection, or guys who could get a fake ID, or somebody who could score a lit of grass for the weekend.
That was high school.
And this is now, and he's graduated to more serious crimes. This guy is a fence.
I still believe that your brother could have called Johnny Navarro just because he was a name out of the past. Think about it, mijo. He comes to town, and he doesn't know anybody anymore. And he's not comfortable with you.
That's not my fault.
Well, I don't think that's what your mother is
Do you know what this is like for me? It's the same thing I've been hearing since I can't remember when. Somebody comes up to me and says, hey, Cruz, that's some brother you got. Guess what he did this time?
But you don't know that he's done anything yet.
When he does do something, it's going to be for the purpose of bringing me down a notch or two. That I know.
Oh, Cruz.
Oh, I mean it. Mama, I mean, the way he sees it, I'm directly responsible for losing him, a beautiful wife, and this child that he has loved as his own. Now, you think he's not going to make me pay for that?
Well, then why don't you stop him?
How?
Why don't you just talk to him? Why don't you just not accuse him? Raise any suspicions? Why don't you just sit down and talk with him?
He doesn't listen
Well,
to me.
then keep talking at him until he listens. I mean, I personally don't think your brother came here to get back at you. I really don't. I think that when you lose everything in your life, you do your best to salvage a little of what's left.
Eden is right. Ricardo may not know it yet, but he wants a family again. And whether you like it or not, that's what we are.
I can't run. I already tried to explain this to you.
If you just go underground for a while.
Well, you think that Leah's just going to give up because he didn't find me in his first try? This guy is fed on his hatred of me for years. He's not going to just take his marbles and go home.
You want this confrontation?
No, I don't.
No, part of you is still a cop, still thinking that a little hand-to-hand combat's going to save the day.
Yeah, well, what's better? Hiding and letting him hunt me like an animal?
What if you kill him?
Yeah, what if I do?
Not only will that not make up for what happened to Jamie, but it's going to saddle you with more than you could ever possibly handle.
I will decide what I can handle.
Don't you get it? This isn't only about you. I lost my son at the hands of this man, and if I lost you too... Damn it, Michael, I won't let it happen.
Hello? Augusta, I've been trying to call you all morning. Where... how are you going to get from New York in 4 hours? Oh, no. Oh, of course not, honestly. Okay, not honestly. What do you want me to say? It's my wedding day. I wanted my sister in somewhere in the near vicinity. Lakin? How could she be in labor when you didn't even know she was expecting? I'll say she's not mad at you anymore if she wants you there for the birth. Listen, tell her, well, give her my love and tell her I hope everything works out. Between contractions. I love you. I really do. Grandma.
What is this? Looking back on your days as a single man?
No, actually, I was looking at old wedding pictures. You and Sophia, number 1. You and Sophia, number 2. There was even one of you and Gina in here. Where was that? You were cutting the most unappetizing-looking wedding cake I have ever seen.
Wait a minute. That one was supposed to have been destroyed.
One of them escaped the ritual bonfire.
Uh-huh. Well, do me a favor. The next time you come across it, light a match to it.
You've had your share of weddings, haven't you, Dad?
Well, I've had more than my share. You know something? In all but one, I committed myself thoroughly to the solemnity of the occasion. Every time I walked down that aisle, all but one time, I thought it would be forever.
Even with my mother?
Of course. She was the first. And no matter what happened afterward, I remember the sweetness of the occasion. It's an innocence I'll never forget. I'm sorry there aren't any pictures of it. I would have wanted you to have them. I have something here that may make up for it a little bit.
What's this?
It's, something maybe you'd like to give to Julia. From the whole family.
Oh, it's beautiful, Dad. You mean a lot to Julia, having something that's been handed down through the generations.
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean this is an antique? It must have been in the family for years.
Well, It's an antique because it was in someone else's family for years. I bought it from a man who deals in antique jewelry from estate sales.
Oh. Well, it's beautiful anyway.
I wish I could have given you a bona fide Capwell heirloom. All the weddings we've had in this family recently, I'm fresh out.
Well, Julia will appreciate the honesty.
She's a wonderful woman, son. And even though you give her credit for changing you, you've changed her too.
Oh, yeah, she didn't have nearly as many scars when we met.
She found out things about herself, Vanya. Loving you. Found out how to give. And keep on giving. Not a bad thing to know.
Maybe not.
As for the changes in you, the important ones come from within, son. Not from an outside source. Even Julia. You deserve this day. You've earned it.
Thanks, Dad.
Slipping down the back street, coat around my face, secret destination. I cannot leave a trace. I tiptoe through the shadows, slowly come the key, lying in the darkness.
So, are you sure there isn't anything I can do for you? You know, iron your dress?
Iron my dress? Have you in your entire life ever touched an iron?
Of course I've touched an iron, but I know. It just seemed like the right thing to offer, you know, on your wedding day.
That's what dry cleaners are for.
So, pretty flowers.
Yeah. Mason brought them to me this morning. He actually came through the window. Can you believe that?
Honestly, you guys are getting as mushy as Cruz and I are.
No one is as mushy as you and Cruz are.
True. So, how's the bridegroom? Is he nervous?
Mason, cool, calm, collected, aloof Mason, is breathing through a paper bag as we speak.
What about you?
Me? Ah! No problem here.
I remember that feeling.
Oh, come on. You weren't nervous at all, and neither was Cruz.
Oh, please, come on. You couldn't see my legs shaking underneath that hoop skirt. The worst part is the buildup, but I can honestly tell you, believe me, when you're up there and the ceremony begins, everything fades. The music, the people, everything. It's just the two of you, and you're just talking to each other.
I'm glad you're going to be there with me.
Me too.
Augusta just called a little bit ago.
Oh, really? She must be in a major tizzy.
Oh, she's in a tizzy, all right. She's going to be a grandmother.
A what?
Lakin is at New York University Hospital right now about to deliver.
Lakin? Little Lakin?
Little Lakin. Apparently, Lakin and Augusta got into a huge fight last Thanksgiving, and they haven't spoken since, but Lakin called her yesterday and wanted her to be there.
Well, I guess it sounds logical to me, so Augusta's going to be in New York, and she won't be able to come to your wedding?
No.
Oh, you must be sad.
Yeah, I am. So I'm missing a sister. But I'm getting two more, you and Kelly.
Well, I don't know about you, but I felt like you've been my sister for a long time.
I was just going to say the same thing.
So, there isn't anything in this household that you can give me to make me feel useful?
Eden, if you can't iron, what good are you?
I give you this ring as a sign of my vow. And with all that I am and all that I have, I will love you, Sophia, till death do us part.
Hi.
Hi.
looking at those a little while ago.
Yeah, I just walked by and it was open. It caught my eye. Now, I have this for you. I also have one for Ted and your father.
Well, great. We'll have the best-dressed buttonholes in the wedding.
Now, you look very composed.
It's a complete sham.
I don't know how to tell you how happy I am. You know that. I think you and Julia are perfect for each other.
Dad said the same thing a little while ago.
Oh, did he do the father-son pre-wedding lecture?
Yep.
Very traditional. How did it go?
Well, not bad, you know. We're in one of our stable phases, so things went along fine. I think we may actually make it through the entire wedding without a harsh word.
It's kind of wonderful how, I don't know, more time goes by, you learn more things, and you get wiser, and things just get better. With you and me, things have gotten better.
For some time now.
Yeah. I mean, I always loved you when you were a kid, and I hated the fact that you missed your mother so much, and I hated the fact that I couldn't do anything about it.
Wasn't your fault.
You were a remarkable child. Imaginative, curious, and so very, very bright. I always thought it was pretty sad that it was so easy for me to love you, so hard for you to love me.
Yeah, well, I don't have that problem anymore, Sophia. Have I ever told you that I'm grateful?
I don't know if you have or not, but today is the perfect day to tell you. And I wish you and Julia happiness and a long, wonderful life together and healthy children and healthy grandchildren.
Whoa, grandchildren. We don't have to start talking about that, do we?
Well, it happens sooner than you think. Take it from someone who knows, and you and Julia will love it. It's like remembering the best part of parenting.
You make growing older together sound so romantic.
It is romantic. It's the most romantic thing in the world. Because after a while, you're so much more than you ever were. And it has richness and texture and great love. But I don't need to tell you all this. You and Julie are going to find out for yourselves because you are going to have a long, long, happy life together.
To stay. Did you find any of those opportunities that you were looking for?
You offering any, or are you just checking up on me?
Neither, and I was here first.
Your family owns this hotel, right?
Yes, and I hope it will meet with your approval.
Oh, I've seen worse. And, I've seen better, too.
Better? Where have you seen a hotel better than this one?
Well, why don't you invite me to sit down, and I'll tell you all about them.
I can't. I have a wedding to go to.
Okay, but if I have any complaints about my room, do I ask to speak to you or what?
You won't have any complaints.
This wedding that you're going to, it's not yours, is it?
No. It's not mine.
Good. My suicide can wait.
The service is very slow here, but I have an extra glass if you'd like to share.
Thank you. I'm kind of new in town. I appreciate the hospitality.
You've come from a long way.
Paris.
I know. My name is Sandra.
My name is Rick.
I know that, too.
Are you psychic?
Want me to bend a spoon with my mind?
Seriously?
Seriously. I am psychic. But that's not how I knew that your name was Rick. I've been seeing pictures of you in my mind, and I just didn't know why. And then I found out that you were Cruz's brother. And that's when I knew that we had to meet.
You know Cruz?
I tried to know Cruz. I tried to help him, too, but he pushed me away.
He's good at that.
I still don't know why he wanted to hurt me, but I can tell that he's hurt you as well.
You don't know the half of it, lady. How do you know Cruz, anyway?
You've heard when they call psychics in on police cases when they're stalled. Well, I worked with Cruz for a while.
You really are serious about this psychic stuff, aren't you?
I'm always serious.
Do you know what I'm thinking right now?
That two people who have so much in common really ought to get to know each other better.
That is one way of putting it.
Oh, wait a minute. I am picking up something else.
What, huh? What do you see?
Numbers on a key. 400.
400. That's my room.
I thank you. I'd love to.
I wonder where he went when he checked out.
Maybe he left town.
Maybe.
That would really make you happy, wouldn't it?
Well, for the time being, I wouldn't mind not having to deal with this. Eventually I'd get around to wondering if you and Eden were right, though, that maybe I can get through to him. Maybe I can help him turn his life around.
It's not going to be easy. He's so different from you. How can two brothers be so unlike each other? Same parents, same upbringing, same advantages and disadvantages. But Ricardo always thought he could beat the system. And you always tried to make the system better.
Oh, no, Mama, I don't think you should make me out to be some crusader, you know. I could have done better by him when we were kids.
How?
Well, you know, instead of being embarrassed by him all the time, I might have tried to get involved with his life a little bit, or to try to just simply to understand him even would have been an improvement. But I was somehow preoccupied with protecting my reputation.
You worked hard to get respect. And you didn't want Rick to spoil it. It's understandable.
Yeah, maybe. I know it must have been difficult for you to see that your two sons feel so bitterly toward one another all the time. I appreciate you're not making me feel like it was my fault.
It's not your fault. Or mine either. Ricardo is what he is. I can only hope and pray to God that someday he may learn to be more than that.
Laura, this is not a safe place for you to be right now. Are you crazy?
No, you're the one who's crazy. But if I can't talk you into leaving, at least I can try and help. I spent a few hours in Ethan's office with his computer. He has access to most police files, so I called up Leo Mitchell's sheet and eventually came up with a simulation of what he looks like today.
It looks totally different.
You know, when I was in Ethan's office, I started thinking about when he was first offered the job to come to Santa Barbara. He wasn't going to take it.
No?
No, he was eyeing something in L.A., but I urged him to come here instead. I didn't even know why then.
Think you know now?
You and I weren't finished. There's too much unresolved when you left.
Well, there's some things that can never be resolved. I've tried, but at a certain point, I always hit bedrock. Laura, you can know that it was an accident. You can know that every day I suffer when I think of that sweet boy. But you can never forget that I pulled that trigger.
I wish I could.
I know. Believe me, I know that.
That's why I'm here. I am so tired of that hardness and stinginess in me. Oh, my God, if Jamie were alive, he wouldn't even know me now.
Of course he would. He would see you in the way you are with your students and with Ethan. And the way you are still trying to give of yourself.
Only so much. Only so much and no more. I spend most of my life holding back. Never having one spontaneous moment. Because I'm afraid if I lose control, I'll feel something I don't want to feel. Dear God, am I never going to remember what it was like to just be?
You know, one day I'm going to take you out there in that ocean and teach you how to swim. Does that make you nervous? Yeah, okay, good. Because you see, I've done it a couple times already. I taught my cousin Mondo, and I taught my pal CW. I even taught my little brother. He was 4 at the time. He was very scared. He made me promise to cross my heart and hope to die that I wouldn't let go of him. And I didn't, so he ended up learning how to swim, holding on so tight to my arm that I had this big red mark on it when we got out of the water. So, maybe someday, I should let your big brother teach you to swim instead. Would that be better, you think? Maybe I should get Chip over here. Would you like that? Chip could teach you the fine art of the dog paddle.
Hi. Guess who Kelly saw at the Orient Express? Ah, your brother has taken a room in the hotel.
You're kidding.
No, one of our very finest.
Not the presidential suite.
No, the Santa Cruz. Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, well, the dude does have a sense of irony. I'll give him that.
It's such a risky business. You got jealous eyes. My heart is beating faster. Hiding deep in this disguise. Princess of my passion. Can use her out tonight. There's another man who wants her, but she waits for me tonight. With partners in crime, moving just beyond the line. Got to hide it. Stealing deep into her soul, doing things we can't control. Yes, we're guilty. With partners in crime, moving just beyond the line. We can't fight it. On the cover of the night, if it's wrong to feel so right, then we're guilty.
What's Cruz going to do when he finds him?
I don't know. I just hope it doesn't escalate into a fight in 30 seconds.
Old habits die hard.
The age difference between Cruz and Rick is about the same between you and me, right?
I guess so. But you and I have never had any problems, really.
Not always.
Ian, that was high school.
Yeah, but it was intense. I mean, you and I, we didn't talk for about a year, right?
Yeah, I could never really forgive you for Randall Merchantson.
Well, I mean, he came after me.
Well, you could have acted like you weren't interested.
But I was interested.
Well, I was interested first, and it was really hard for me to sit there and watch him come pick you up for that hayride thing or whatever
it was. It was a beach party, and... Oh, how could I do that to you? I'm so sorry.
Oh, God, how many times is that now?
Oh, no, about 50.
Okay, you reach your quota, you're forgiven.
Okay.
You know, Cruz and Rick, they got about 100 things like this between them, and it's going to be much harder for them to get over this than us.
Did you call room service?
No. But, you know, it sounds like a good idea. I'm starving. Why don't you go check the door, and I will give him a call.
Okay. I'll be right back.
You make growing old together sound so romantic.
I live like an animal and end up
Like Joey.
Hey, good looking. Are you still watching this?
Oh,
You can turn it off.
hopping on that pool.
Are you going to the doctor tomorrow?
You promised.
Are you naked under that thing?
We're getting married in 2 hours. You can't. You can't.
You know, if you want me to hang around for the next 50 years, you'd better stop this infernal nagging.
50.
In, out. Slowly in.
Tonight, there's a lot of laughs on NBC. Crank up your laugh machine, starting with The Cosby Show. Then earn a degree in hilarity on A Different World. And on Cheers, Sam's in the doghouse when he loses the boss's pooch. Followed by Dear John. And one of those older woman, younger man situations. But how young a lassie can John get before he gets arrested? On L.A. Law, will Van Owen follow the dictates of her conscience over a legal technicality that would